Glad I got my sea legs on. When I have my other legs on, sometimes it's hard to walk on water. You didn't know I could do that.
Are you down below?
Yeah, I'm in the room with the giant wooden fish,
Oh, okay.
cut out wooden fish. This is the dance hall part of the ship.
I like the red lantern.
Yeah. Sometimes we raise
Industrial.
the red lantern.
Touch, yeah.
Sometimes we don't. Ahoy! I think we're being joined by a bunch of lime, scurvy, ambergris, and marmalade, aka the audience.
Mark, what do you see up top?
We're not starting
Oh, sorry.
It's clear in all directions. A lot of snow, a lot of ice.
Roberto,
Yep. It's chilly.
I thought Wednesday was your fast day.
The mess hall had such an amazing noodle. Gotta turn on my MVR too. Hold on. The mess halls had such fantastic noodles tonight. I just couldn't resist.
Yeah.
You have your noodles?
You know, the thing about noodles is that they're so flexible. You know what I mean? They start rigid and then you put water on them and they like relax and they mix. Have you noticed that?
It's magic.
Good food to eat on a boat. Very good food to eat on a boat.
Over.
Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Anybody in the?
Is that my father's hat?
What?
You copy me?
Copy.
All right. I just checked the front bow incinerator, and it was totally iced over. So it's gonna be fun tonight.
Pour some hot water on that.
Ah, right. Okay. I got my ginger tea here. You think that'll work? That's strong enough?
No, I think it's great. And I think we could also make trash slushies.
What? I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
I can't hear you. Over?
Under.
Oh, I was just speaking. Hello, testing.
Speak louder.
Oh, Roger,
John?
I'm down below decks. Mark, what do you see?
I see a giant wall of, I don't know what it is. I think it's fog. I think we need to turn around.
Stephen, I was acting when I said that.
Oh, really?
I'm still waiting I'm still on hold with the IRS.
Good job. Oh,
Just let me
really?
know if you need me.
There's a little bit constricted flow down here.
No. Want to loosen that up.
Okay.
You know, I find jumping rope helps with that. You know, like if you jump rope, and you don't even have to use real jump rope. You could just use like bean cans in either hand and sort of jump. That's good for
Can
loosening.
everybody hear me now?
Yep.
Roger that.
All right, I'm gonna go back and put some more duct tape on that gash on the
Cardboard
left
side.
side there.
Be
All right?
careful.
I will.
Don't
There's a lot
fall
of oil
overboard.
down there. It's
Stephen, I don't
olive
think you
oil.
should be putting tape on the ducks. I don't think they like it.
No.
They don't, but viaduct. No, you didn't get that. It was a Groucho Marx reference. Or
Over.
Chico Marx, rather.
Okay, I think we're gonna, here we are.
Ah, yeah. Hey, I see you guys. You're looking great.
Steve?
Can you hear me?
Is that you?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Oh, good. What do you
Mark,
see out
what's
there?
there out on the horizon?
I can't tell what it is. I just know it's enormous. It's
Wow.
gigantic. It's massive,
Wow.
huge. It's I don't know.
Are we gonna be okay?
Yes, we will. We're gonna
Phew.
get through this.
All right. And
I'm still on hold with the IRS.
Roberto, how are the noodles?
Captain, all systems go here. All systems go. The noodles are perfect. I mean, they
Good.
are amazing noodles tonight.
Okay.
well, send some down below. All right. I don't want to have to climb 5 stories up that catwalk again.
Roger that.
Are the pipes okay where you are, Trudy?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh no.
I can hear the ice flows brushing against the hull.
That's what it was. The ice flows. Oh,
Yes, but we're pushing through them.
I think
right.
dead mouse in my tube. It doesn't smell good.
You have a dead
Somebody-
mouse in the tube?
I think I have a dead mouse in my communication tube.
Wow.
Well, send it to the IRS then. They can
Oh.
use it.
Are we gonna do our toy theater fun on the quarter deck tonight?
Captain, can we have a confirmation on that?
Yes, at 2100 hours, there will be a theatrical extravaganza of the
Ah,
Paper Theater
good.
variety.
What's 2100 hours?
Is that Eastern time or?
It's in 10 minutes.
In 10 minutes, exactly.
Roger that.
Oh God, this smells so bad.
Gotta
Yeah.
get an air compressor to blow it out. I had that happen to me. It was a large rodent.
If we all blow together, it might work. Yeah.
All right.
I highly recommend having a nice meal right now. That would probably be the best
I
thing.
don't know what'll help. Is that any better? That any better?
Yeah, yeah.
Helps?
Now it kind of smells like mouthwash.
Well, that's not mine. I didn't wash my mouth for the last 3 weeks.
Who uses mouthwash? It's very nice.
Crew.
Yeah.
I think it's time to start the show.
All right.
I think so.
Roger that, everybody.
Let's pass it off to our captain.
Let's go on deck.
Okay.
Break
Okay,
away,
Captain.
Take it away,
Thank
sir.
you.
Well, we made it up to this point, and people of Earth and people of the Facebook, I'm very happy to welcome you to the Great Small Works Spaghetti Dinner. This is the winter postcard edition, Postcards from Here. For this spaghetti dinner evening, we're so happy we can join each other across the globe with so many different artists and friends and puppeteers. And we asked a number of collaborators and artists to greet us with postcards from wherever they were. So before we begin, let me just begin with a very brief history of deleotology, which, consulting with the Postcard Institute in preparing for this evening, I learned that deleotology is in fact the study of postcards. And the postcard, which we may not be aware, was first invented in 1840. It was the first hand-painted postcard was sent in Fulham, England, by a writer called Theodore Hook, who sent a painted postcard to himself. And I'm going to show you a copy of that right here. This was a series of postal clerks caricatured on the front of the postcard, and he just sent it to his own name as a way to play a little joke on the workers in the postal service at the time. But then the postcard changed and transformed. It didn't stay as a one-sided painted image. it began to transform, and commercially printed postcards with images on one side were invented in France for soldiers during the Franco-Prussian War. The first American picture postcard was printed in Springfield, Massachusetts in 1873. And then the first souvenir postcard was made to advertise the US, the World Exposition in Chicago in 1893. But then a major transformation occurred. In October 1st, 1907, in postcard history, the Universal Postal Congress, did we know that that existed? Decreed that in 1907, government-produced postcards could have messages on the address side. And this launched what was known as the divided back period. That is, the postcard on the back was divided into the left side for the message and the right side for the address, leaving the front for the printed image. That gave rise to the white border period starting in 1915, the linen period in 1930, where you had a higher rag content in the paper so that it felt almost like linen. And then from 1945 onward, the photochrome period, where you had glossier images. From all of us at Great Small Works, from Cambridge, Massachusetts, from Red Hook, New York, from Queens, New York, from Chinatown, New York, and from Montreal, we're going to start the spaghetti dinner. So thank you all for joining us. And I would now like to introduce the first group of acts for this evening. So 3 postcards and then a live new model theater show. But first it will be a short postcard message from Roberto Rossi in Red Hook, a short postcard from puppeteer Chico Simoes from Brasilia, Brazil, and a postcard from our friend, the artist John Nichols in Berkeley, California. Those will be 3 postcards, very short, and then Robert Poulter's new model theater from Ramsgate, England. So take it away, Roberto, Chico, John, and Robert.
The Postal Service shall have as its basic function the obligation to provide postal services to bind the nation together through the personal, educational, literary, and business correspondence of the people. It shall provide prompt, reliable, and efficient services to patrons in all areas and shall render postal services to all communities.
Xerém, oi, Pisalmi, Penaro, Xerém, eu não vou criar galinha pra daqui pra ninguém, eu não vou criar galinha pra daqui pra ninguém. Olé! Hello, my friends. My name is Chico Simoes. This is Mamulengo. Mamulengo. Puppet Brazilian, but African. Brazil is very African. Brazil is very America Indian. Brazil is very crazy, but Brazil is very beautiful. Okay, thank you. Kiss. Ciao. Hello. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Robert Poulter in Ramsgate in England welcomes you from all over the world in America. Strangely enough, my show is about Brazil as well. Years before I did model theatre, I used to write books and illustrate them. And one of my early books was called Tales of a South American Sex Circus. It was full of songs. And tonight there's a little show from that book called Down at the Palmcourt, Something Stirs. Part one of it is a chase through Brazil, extraordinarily enough. And it's a chase between the sex circus and the church commission chasing them and Masonic vampires who look like that. The first part is a chase through Brazil. The second place is on the airship. This is a postcard, Santos Dumont's airship. He didn't really have an airship like that, but everybody meets after the chase. We shall begin. I shall now turn the theatre round to the theatre, turn the lights down. And ladies and gentlemen, this show is called Down at the Palmcourt, Something Stirred. And it goes something like this.
Leçon de transition numéro 7. Le temps d'un sourire. Sketch 2.
South of America. It was not at first sight, oh, so far across the distant sea, and around the way, under the stars, and the gentle throb of 8,000 guitars.
Down at the Palmcourt, something stirred at the flip, flip, stir, flip, flip. Down at the Palmcourt, something stirred as a silky satin dress was ripped. The Palmcourt orchestra dropped its parts and the palm trees started to sway. But that's what happens on the great big airship down South America way. Jerk, 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 that's what the waiters do. And the first row of the audience should be sent to London Zoo. Look at the Palmcourt Orchestra, it's going up in steam. And so would you if you'd sat where the Sutton had seen what they had seen. The gardener in the Parma house is doing overtime, but the palm trees keep on wilting, and the creepers just won't climb. Grow, 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 young children usually do. And the second row of the audience should be sent to London Zoo. La 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 la. The flip flip girl then whipped it out and the audience it went mad. It was a city and guild certificate and just had to be had. But when the Rio Tinto zinc shares started drifting from the roof, Inspector Silver of the fraud squad said, "Boys, we've got our proofs." Clink, 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 that's what the cufflinks do. And the third row of the audience should be put in London Zoo. She danced along the tabletop to where the guest of honor lay. In a bowl of exotic fruit vegetable soup, he had just passed away. She then removed his napkin and around her tied its ends. Then she went through his pockets and she took out a paper, crying, "I've got his market trends." Grab, 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 for stocks and shares they do. And the fourth row of the audience should be sent to London Zoo.
When the silvery moonbeam shines through the glass onto the Palmcourt slippery floor, and the palm trees glisten and the water lilies shimmer, and you hear your aardvark snore, you should take your Masonic vampire bat and place him on a ledge, and shout Solomon at him backwards till shocked he drops off the edge. Squeak, 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 squeak. We need new beds for the crew, and the first row of the audience will be put in London Zoo. La 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 dee. La 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 la. Down at the Palmcourt, nothing stirred. The orchestra was quite dead. The palms were red, the turkey stuffed, the head waiter had lost his head. The stateroom lay empty, the electricity burned low, and in gas compartment number 793, the helium started to glow. Chug, 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 that's what big airships do. When the engines speak and the aeroplanes flutter and the bloody good night to you. Oh, what a miserable audience! Oh my God, when I remember the Scala and the worst I might have been. Don't I always say that? La 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 la. I gotta get out of here faster.
Thank you, Robert Poulter. That was amazing. And stay out of the Palmcourt, I think. I'm down below decks, but the pipes are doing okay, I think. And now, next we have a film directed by Emma Alabaster and Leo Ferguson. Can you hear me okay? The film will be followed by 4 postcard reflections from Los Angeles, Yogyakarta, Tehran, and Milano. The film was created last year to support a campaign launched by Brooklyn Community Bail Fund, Jews for Racial and Economic Justice, Never Again Action, New Sanctuary Coalition, and the New York Immigrant Freedom Fund. Here is Let My People Go.
Together we will take a stand.
Let my people go.
For folks locked up across the land. Let my people
liberation.
With every breath, let my people go.
Rise up, neighbors, close all the camps and jails. No more, oh no, let my people go.
No estaremos bien hasta todos son libres. Deja ir a mi gente. Deja a mi gente volver al lugar. Deja ir a mi gente.
I'm Akeem Browder. My brother Khalif died after spending 3 years on Rikers Island because we couldn't afford bail and because the system thought he was disposable. Right now, Rikers Island has the highest coronavirus infection rate in the world, and it's spreading like wildfire in the prisons and immigration detention centers. These are our brothers, our aunts, our families, and our neighbors, and none of them are disposable. We have to free them all.
Rise up, neighbors,
Close all the camps and jails.
no more, oh no, let my people go.
Our children safe in loving arms, let my people go.
Now part the seas, now right the wrongs. Let my people go.
Rise up, neighbors, close all the camps and jails. No more, oh no, let my people go. No more, bring down the wall, let my people go. No more cages, free them all, let my people go. Rise up, neighbors, close all the camps and jails. No more, oh no, let my people go. 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 No
Hi folks, I'm going to show you some postcards from World War I. This is a real photo postcard of no man's land somewhere on the European front. A real photo postcard is a postcard not bulk produced and sold in mass quantities, but rather a photograph that's been reproduced in small quantities, photographed probably by a soldier. Here are German soldiers picking lice out of their clothes, which was a common activity on the front and a common photographic subject. Most of these cards are from Germany because German soldiers were allowed to have cameras, and they were about the size of an iPhone in those days. But there were also commercial photographers who soldiers could go on leave and have their pictures taken in a prop set of an airplane or a dirigible or whatever. Now, this card leads me to believe that a professional photographer schlepped to the front these sets and posed with these fellows, probably not right on the front line, but in some sort of supply area. So there were actually studio photographers that went to the front and took pictures. Some of them are photographically pretty interesting in terms of the way they're composed and quite poignant. I like the comic ones too. Here's a bunch of German fellows, and they're in drag, these musicians. And for some reason, soldiers taking a poop is a very common subject. This is a picture of a play being performed in a POW camp. Not clear whether they're French or British or what, but what's interesting is how elaborate the Art Deco set is. And we know that this is, in fact, from a POW camp because there's a stamp on the back that indicates that. About I don't know, 3, 4, 500,000 of these embroidered cards at least were made by women in France and Belgium and sold to soldiers. And what interests me particularly is the fact that they're sort of glorifying the explosions that, terrified and made people crazy. And here we see a fellow who's entertaining the troops, German troops, and there he is. He's spinning a plate right there, and here's a little inset photo. So he probably had that taken by a commercial photographer and reproduced them for sale or to give away. And finally, how did the billions, and there were billions of postcards sent back and forth from the front? This is the Deutsche Feldpost. This is who delivered the mail. And you can see there's shrapnel and bullet holes all over this thing. So it was a pretty tough job. Well, folks, thanks for watching. Take care.
نوستالژی خشکی شانه هایت را برطرف می کند و تو بالهایت را به دو سو می گشایی و نوستالژی خشکی شانه هایت را برطرف می کند و تو بالهایت را به دو سو می گشایی و سقوط آزاد می کنی به دره یادها و نواها. نوستالژی همانند باد موافق زورق تو را می سراند به جزیره امن کودکی، جزیره‌ای پر از شوق و آرزو. نوستالژی به نرمی گونه‌ات را خیس می کند، قلبت را به تپش می اندازد و احساسات خفته‌ات را بیدار می کند. نوستالژی تو را به سرزمین فراموش شده خودت هدایت می کند.
Well, that was amazing. Welcome everybody again and hello. I'm here to present some more wonderful postcards and acts from our Below Deck show. We now present 3 pre-recorded performances. First is Shoko Nagai's Tokala, featuring Shoko Nagai on accordion and voice, and Satoshi Takeishi on percussion. Tokala explores the ancient connection between Japan and the Middle East via the Silk Route. Following that is String Theory Theater from Baltimore with Dirk Joseph and his daughters, Koi and Azaria. Their piece, Black Matter Lives, was created for the Western Massachusetts Puppetry Guild's recent festival of miniature crankies. And third, Sarah Olson and Beth Duren from the Women's Prison Book Project in Minneapolis will talk to us about how to send postcards to incarcerated people.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Shoko Nagai, and on percussion, Satoshi Takeishi here. This group called Tokara. Tokara is the name of the mysterious country in Central Asia, which had a connection to Japan via Silk Road, which was responsible for bringing Middle Eastern culture to ancient Japan. I want to play music that express that old connection. And this crazy pandemic has been 1 year, and hope you all are staying safe and healthy. And this music will be heal you or cheer you up a little bit. Hope you like it. The first tune called Saraiman from Romanian Gypsy song. Thank you. Thank you so much. The next song is from Okinawa, and it is called Chinsaku no Hana, Rose Balsam. It tells a story about how to live your life, respecting your parents. In general, Japanese people don't understand Okinawan language. So there's no one in the audience who can understand it. But please just feel the music. Thank you so much for joining us. And I'd like to thank Jenny Romain and Trudy Cohen having us for this beautiful series. And the audience, you, thank you so much. The next song, last song, is a Japanese pop song called Omatsuri Mambo from 50s and made famous by very famous singer named Hibari Misora. The song is about the festival, so you are welcome to dance and sing along. The lyric comes here on the screen, so please enjoy and thank you so much. けどお祭り騒ぎが大好きでねじり鉢巻き揃いの浴衣ああ風呂が左が風呂が朝から晩までおみこし担いでわっしょいわっしょいわっしょいわっしょい気をつけろ潮巻いておくれわっしょいわっしょいわっしょいわっしょいそれそれそれお祭りおじさん大変だどっかで廃止になっている価値は近いおすり番だ何を言ってもわっしょいしょい何を聞いてもわっしょいしょいわっしょいわっしょいわっしょいわっしょい気をつけろ潮巻いておくれわっしょいわっしょいわっしょいわっしょいそれそれそれお祭りだのおばさんは浅草育ちでちょっぴり美人でお祭り騒ぎが大好きで粋な素足に絞りの浴衣雨が降ろうが槍が降ろうが朝から晩まで遅れる見物ピーヒャラピーヒャラてんつくてんつくオカメと鬼がハンニャとヒョトコがピーヒャラピーヒャラてんつくてんつくそれそれそれお祭りだおばさん大変だちわるすだや空っぽだこっそり空き巣が狙ってる何を言ってもピーヒャラヒャ何を聞いてもてんつくてんつくピーヒャラピーヒャラてんつくてんつくオカメと鬼がハンニャとヒョットコがピーヒャラピーヒャラてんつくてんつくそれそれそれお祭りだお祭り済んで日が暮れて冷たい風の吹く夜は家を焼かれたおじさんとはへそくり取られたおばさんの恩に切ないため息ばかりああじゃあよいくらないでも帰らないいくらない
Hi.
Hi, Sarah. My name's Beth. I'm here to write pen pal letters.
Wonderful. I'm Sarah Olson with the Women's Prison Book Project, and we are also affiliates of the Midwest Transgender Pen Pal Project.
Oh, great.
We've been in operation as the Book Project since 1994, and we send to women in prison all over the United States. So we're happy to have you here.
Great. It's my first time writing to someone in prison, so I have a lot of questions.
Wonderful.
Can I use these brand new, like smelly return address labels and stickers?
No, you can't. It's the adhesive. You can't use return address stickers or those decorative kinds because for some reason the prisons think it involves drug smuggling.
Oh, drug smuggling. I would never do that. That's
Of
crazy.
course you wouldn't, but they tend to think at some point people liquefy drugs and put them on the adhesive and so something of that nature.
I also have these like colorful cards I wanted to use for the first time and write to the person. Like they have sparkles. Really,
they're just wonderful, but you can't send those in because the likelihood is they could get returned. And if they get returned at the prisoner's expense. If she has any money on her books, they will literally take the money off her books to buy the stamp and return it.
I don't want that to happen.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm going to just ask some other question I feel like maybe you're going to say no to, but I have colored envelopes.
Yes, I understand that, but red particularly.
What about colored paper?
No. They could be gang colors. I'm particularly referring to the red envelope, but the best thing to do is to use white paper, and use black or blue pens.
But I brought all these colorful pens to
and they're just wonderful and they'd look great, but no, you can't. The likelihood is it could get returned to you again at the prisoner's expense. And in the federal system, and for the last few years, they've instituted a rule that everything has to be in black and white, even Christmas cards.
How do you keep track of all these rules? It sounds like the federal rules and the state rules, and it's all different.
Yeah, well, here's our rules sheet when we're sending packages to people in prison, and we keep adding restrictions for individual prisons. Restrictions can differ between prisons within one state, and certainly between the state systems and the federal prisons. So we have to check it all the time and update it.
Well, this is a lot of rules.
Yes, it is. It's crazy, I know.
Okay, well, will the person I write to receive the physical letter?
Well, yes, in most states still. Not in Pennsylvania. If you're going to write to a prisoner in Pennsylvania, you send it to a facility in Florida where it is scanned, copied in some way, and then that is sent to the prisoner in Florida. And that's starting to happen in South Carolina as well. Not all the prisons so far, but some of the women's prisons we found have to be sent, the letters have to be sent somewhere else, and then they're sent to the prison. We fear it's the wave of the future. And also electronic tablets have come into prisons. It's a big... I'm sure it's just like with the phone calls, a kickback deal between the state prison system administrator and various corporations. So we fear that the future may be almost no actual physical correspondence between, say, a prisoner and her children.
Oh my gosh. Well, I just want to have a new pen pal,
Oh, that's another thing. Be careful.
I write to them and say, hi, I'm your new pen pal?
No, you can't.
Oh, no.
Unless you're absolutely sure, and we know, many states that don't allow it, they won't allow pen pals. Possibly because they don't want strangers writing to people in prison.
Okay.
And then they'll say the prisoners will simply be trying to hustle that stranger for something. So it's best to write to the prisoner and do it in such a way that you're not introducing yourself so much as acting like you actually already have a correspondence with the prisoner, but don't be too blatant because you don't want the prisoner to think you're strange.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Just some questions, I guess, about addressing the envelope. Okay, so they go by Chrissy, but their dead name is Christopher. Do I have to use their dead name on the envelope?
Yes, unless they've legally changed it. Okay. You have to use their dead name. The most important thing you put on an envelope or a package to a prisoner is the prisoner's number. It's true that when you're sent into prison in the United States, you really are no longer a person. You're dehumanized. You go by your number. If you don't have your number, they won't get it.
Okay. So how can I find out? Can I ask the prisoner what I'm allowed? Maybe this first letter, I'll just make it kind of short, introduce myself in a generic way. And then ask them what I can send in before I start sending them in postcards and cards and things that maybe just get rejected.
Some prisons you can send stamps in envelopes for people to use.
Yeah. Nice.
For instance, you can do that in California.
Or have a bookmark I wanted to send.
No, don't send the bookmark. It probably won't get in. And if anything needs to be returned, it will be returned at the prisoner's expense. So if she has any money on her books, the mailroom will just make a request to take the money off her books for a stamp.
Just ask the person what is allowed.
Testing, 1, 2. I think I'm on. Okay. Well, thank you very, very much, Shoko Nagai String Theory Women's Prison Project. This is an awesome program. I wish we can keep this going, and we do. Next up on deck, we are honored to present self-proclaimed Hood Ambassador Jendog Lone Wolf, who will be performing live from Brooklyn. Yeah, Brooklyn's in house. And she'll be followed by 3 postcards. One from Janie Geyser in LA, California. One from Kate and Ron Kelly in Jamaica. That's not the Caribbean island. That's the one in Vermont. And also a postcard from Rosa Louise Marquez in San Juan, Puerto Rico, which is in the Caribbean. So enjoy, enjoy, enjoy.
Greetings, greetings. Brooklyn is most definitely in the house. Yeah. Happy 100th anniversary to War Resisters League. So, postcards. I would be remiss if I did not start this with, County of Kings, heroes unsung, Brooklyn, where I'm from. Bushwick, Williamsburg, Brownsville, Red Hook, Coney Island, Stay Island, Fort Greene, Flatbush, Flatlands, Canarsie, plus Fordham, Brooklyn, Dodgers, Crown Heights, they had Carroll Gardens, Sunset Park, Gunset Sparks, After Dark, Mad Heart, Bed-Stuy, the Do or Die, plus East NY. You know why? Brooklyn is fly. Hello world, I'm a Brooklyn child. Round the clock funk, we be that style. And we so it, they come eat our style. We party after hours cause it be that wild. Back then they didn't want us, we been hot, but now they on us. We got stars, bars and bar stars. DJ spinning, parties to die for. On the dance floor, I need a drink in the air. And if you got it like that, put what you think in the air. And get it stinking in here, vibe sweet like honey. BK known to take Manhattan money. Detour, the party's over the bridge. Feet sore, that party was sick. BKF, stay cranking out hits. Brooklyn, the thoroughborough, life with a twist. All right. So, this next song. Oh, and that song was produced by GP from Venice. It's my guy Giorgio. And this song is produced by my guy Jemsky Chan in the UK. And I added some samples to it. And this is a hip-hop remix of Walter Robinson's song Harriet Tubman. So yeah, this is the hip-hop version. Come on up, I built this lifeline. On the come up, this train is yours and mine. We on the come up. I got the lifeline. Come on up, this train is with you and mine. Harriet Tubman, named herself a show. Put the pedal to the metal, Underground Railroad. She built a lifeline. She built a lifeline. Kindred, one night, I dreamt a nightmare, I was in slavery. Sorrow and despair, all I saw, nothing was saving me or easing my mind. Went out of the night, a true queen, larger than life, led a crew by moonlight. First mate, she hollered, pointing her hand. Everybody make room for this free African. We travel hundreds of miles, souls gathered town to town. We unbound and set free those who were lost and found. Come on up, I built this lifeline. On the come up, this train is yours and mine. We on the come up. I got the lifeline. Come on up, this train is with you and mine. Harriet Tubman, named herself a show. Put the pedal to the metal, Underground Railroad. She built a lifeline. She built a lifeline. Firmly on shifting sand, she helped me stand when I fell by the wayside and I didn't know how to land. When my heart grew weak, she gave me a hand, that was my lifeline. Through her I speak. Harriet Tubman, Harriet Tubman, Harriet Tubman. Come on up, I built this lifeline. On the come up, this train is yours and mine. We on the come up. I got the lifeline. Come on up, this train is with you and mine. Harriet Tubman, named herself a show. Put the pedal to the metal, Underground Railroad. She built a lifeline. She built a lifeline. Who are the children all dressed in red? We are the souls Black Moses led. Who are the souls all dressed in red? We are while the children black Moses left. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. I go to prepare a place for you. Whew. All right, I love that song. I actually got in touch with Mr. Walter Robinson, and we're gonna build on some things soon. Hopefully, you know how these things go. So this next song is called "State of the World," and "world" is spelled WHIRLED, because we're all a little bit, you know, spun up these days. And this beat is made by Pablo Shifty, my Polish brother out in Amsterdam. Fine tune here. I like this. So I'm not much of a singer, but you know, I write singy stuff. So brother out in Amsterdam. Most victims are not about to listen. I like that cause of shiesty politicians. Protest but they don't get paid to listen. Hands up and it ain't our palms that glisten. Still open season on blacks and native women. Still cracks in this vast sacral system. Corrupt leaders cause the people didn't pick them. Battle for the food industry is sickening. Yo, where do I start? So intertwined, premeditated, ill-fated victims. This hierarchy is post-dated. Intentions evil, delivered speech is unbelievable. There ain't no good sequel. Be victor or the beast will eat you. It's already ceased to be an engine to serve the people. Governmental, 2 words of the evil and men do. The fraudulent Babylon, God, our young is on heroin. People lost in the forefront with barely foundation to stand on. Barricaded in worlds, enveloped in girls. No direction, insurrection. My kitchen stay curled. Fools running around like heads with soft torsos. Who satisfy with morsels. Remember what life taught you. Divided we conquered. Together we're not lost. What's the method for together? Well, it won't exceed the cost. And that's for sure. Your fight should be my fight and mine yours. Tolerate no pause. Get them verbs off pause. Get them verbs off pause. Tolerating on pause. Get them verbs off pause. Get them verbs off pause. Tolerating on pause. Get them verbs off pause. So yeah, this song is called State of the World. And yeah, things are kind of crazy. You know, if you're not part of a movement, you should really just find yourself part of the movement, because, you know, we need you. All hands on deck, you know? Most victims are not about to listen. I like that cause of shiesty politicians. Protest but they don't get paid to listen. Hands up and it ain't our palms that glisten. Still open season on blacks and native women. Still cracks in this vast sacral system. Corrupt leaders cause the people didn't pick them. Medical and food industry is sick. Babies crying, ripped from the arms of their moms. And poor dad, brown buckets broken, worn. Disappeared with no regards, life already been hard. Working for the man until you die on the job. Filthy, greedy slobs, not much change since Africa. They stole people, added more evil, the formula. Created cheap labor, free, mad heat, slave labor. Evolved the mad beef in our streets. So I spit my piece on this beat unique. I need my people healthy. Brain, teeth to feet, Medicare, health scare. Seem like no one with wealth care about this brown melanation. Cards ain't dealt fair. There's too many humans whose food supply is too bare. And too many children, too many secrets to bear. And too many poor created, wealthy don't care. Too many doctors selling drugs, too much corporate welfare. Too much corporate welfare. Get them verbs off pause. Too many doctors selling drugs, too much corporate welfare. Get them verbs off pause. All right. All right, so this this next song is called Changes. I forgot the guy's name that made this beat, but got a little Bob Marley sample in there, you know. changes. Yeah. Hope y'all good out there. In these moments I seek out balance and teeter-totter on chances. I'm not always graceful accepting stages, but I'm always grateful to have them. Hey yo, ghetto themes, I'm living up to the hood dreams. Witness inside pitches, bad calls and strike threes. They say they got me, but I turn around, they shot me. I'm stabbed dead in the back without slack, they taught me. See the haters and haughty, planned events, hidden motives, translucent assisted. I'm not concerned with what my foes did, cause when it's unfolded, tall tales don't have the wise. To the belly of the beast you go with spots from the dark side. I shun pride, keep it humble, perfecting my form. My floetic skill, a tree paint lyricals to the storm. In blood, I'm keeping it warm, but watch when it turn cold. I ain't new to this hair, me and my wisdom is old. Help a story unfold, and damn, a dream is deferred. Lone wolf attained heights, catalyst out the berg. So gonna tell what you heard, and he heard, and she heard. Cause at the end of the day, I'm still doing like verbs. In these moments I seek out balance and teeter-totter on chances. I'm not always graceful accepting stages, but I'm always grateful to have them. So now I start the day off, bubble and shine without a posse. Heavenly soldier, I know my mom's the one who got me, but too many soldiers done went and let they ish get sloppy. Sipping mango lassi, I balance on roads that's rocky. Screaming from the pit of my gut, just try to stop me. Ask yourself out loud, is she mean or is she cocky? My answer to the crowd is that my voice ain't how you spot me. Energy big, plus it be blessing me properly. From cradle to grave, watch me forever on my game. Miss each day different, two ain't never been the same. Overcome tragedy, so devil hands don't be grabbing me. I ain't gen through your eyes or even gen how you imagine me. In the spirit of lone wolf, I take beats and rock the crowds. I be taking it easy, sometimes surrounded by reefer clouds. In line with the next means my positions are relative. In circles I shine with all the elegance my mother did. In these moments I seek out balance and teeter-totter on chances. I'm not always graceful accepting stages, but I'm always grateful to have them. True story. I am definitely not always graceful accepting stages, but I am grateful to have them. All right, I just got a little bit left for y'all. Everybody good? I hope you stretch. You can move about, you know. Hug somebody, I don't know. This is pretty danceable, so if you want to move around, you know, please do. This is made by Jemsky Chan. Prison labor sucks and laws that do rich favors, while those with flavor still targets to enslavers. Collateral damage, social insecurities, the biggest kingpins work in the medical industry. Treatment for cancer, that sector's worth trillions. Why not curve vaccines as a natural cure for autism? Even more schisms, isms and hypnotism, John's less and mysticisms, unholy baptism. Sheeple head don't listen, look but can't see. That bling bling only glistens. Oh no, this can't be. Lands of milk and honey forced to pour in the shanties. They be down to be bad, half the time unhappily. Education system is crappily handled, leaving people dumb, true knowledge in shambles. So come now with them dumb tactics. Fluoride poison helps them dumb down the masses. With the masses dumbed down, it's so easy. TNT in the ghetto, designed to blow breezy. Wrist to the beast, perfect, pork greasy. These are the rhymes of your girl Jen Deasy. Stepping outside of myself from the inside. On the flip side, I shun pride when I hit stride. Old school OG, move matter like riptides. I pivot through moments, I like when I get nice. Maybe I'll hit twice, Lotto is like that. Some lyrics in a dream, I like when I write that. Concerned with tit-tat or who the best spit that. Triple double entendres to see who would get that. Maybe it'll fly over your head. Maybe soldiers choose peace instead. Magic over frauds, grew up for tough broads. We loyal to the gristle, strong like Employ. Tried to complete what it is I'm sent for. Avoid all the temptors, be a mentor. Write dope songs in the rank protector. Magically delicious, Scorpio inspector. I'd rather be fair than try to be right. I'm proud to be brown, don't need to act white. I'm a soul survivor, major not minor, and dog girl getting lost, some just can't seem to find her. Look a little deeper, see if you could peep her. Maybe she down round by you, on the creep up. Never been a follower, I command respect. Introspect can only help hope manifest. So I don't contest mud, sing to the next crutch. Swagger seem tough cause it got that Brooklyn touch. Gold and titanium, questions in your cranium, answers in parables, spitfire, staining them. Rain down on her, put the pain down on her. Nah, let me chill, let go the stain form. Was a matter of time until I splattered these rhymes into sound waves. Your space, my mind. Our worlds, be boys and be girls. Watch the monumental government lies unfurl. So holla holla, who else fighting for that dollar? Made out of 15 cent, muchacha mala. Woo! Okay, so this beat I made. This is my last track. And I actually had a spaghetti dinner earlier. Funny thing. This song is called Off Our Backs. Or Suffer and Succotash, I don't know. Suffer and succotash, black lives suffer backlash. Red and brown was here first, but they hook us up last. Stamina how we outlast, speak out they say that that's bad. Easy for them to say that from the privilege of they past. But what I learned to spot is how poverty lacks justice. Benign neglect make sure there's lots of pain amongst us. We just hope to make sure, but the waves around us dunk us. They greedy plus they plant drugs, each other's tools to trust us. But some of the richest spirits I've ever known didn't have dimes in their pockets, no accounts. Holding records on their minds. Projects, poverty, townships, poverty, PTSD in the hood. It's so real that it still bothers me, and I'm grown. Most of my seeds been sown. Even still, ask me now, damn, how much do we own? Not that much, that's how much. Nothing plus tax. Yet trillions of these dollars got made off our backs, 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 off our backs. That is also a very true story. Thank y'all.
sea, the sea, siempre the sea, sí, aquí, sincerely, singing to the sea, sí, siempre the sea. Wish you were here at the sea with me. Siempre the sea.
Wow. Incredible, incredible video. I hope you all can hear me. My tube, I was having an issue because I had this mouse sort of shed its mousy coil, and it's hard with ducts nowadays. But anyway, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody for being here and all these incredible performances. We're coming to the end of our Postcards from Outer Space and Here and Inner Space session, our virtual spaghetti dinner of the air. But I just wanted to say thank you so much. And this will be on the Robot Robot Facebook platform for eternity, maybe. And so you can rewatch, because some of those beautiful things, they just came and went so quickly. I have to see them again. So just so much gratitude to all the artists and to you, the audience. You've been doing a great job too. So now I'm going to introduce the new movie or film from the visual theater company Great Small Works, who has been hosting these spaghetti dinners for like 400 years. And usually there's spaghetti, but the pandemic and all this and that and the third. So hopefully you got yourself some spaghetti, or whatever, is your preference in terms of the noodle. Of course, don't get me started on the noodles. Anyway, that'll be next month, which I'll tell you about after. Next month, we have a great thing coming up, which will be a celebration of Ramadan, spaghetti Ramadan. I believe it's number 4. But anyway, before I go down that Ramadan rabbit hole, let me introduce this new film, which is called The Day You Were Born. And it's Great Small Works' desire to present a rattling good story and to be open to the oracular messaging about how we, as a group of white artists, can continue to be in a state of readiness and awareness to act to end white violence. And without further ado, and you'll enjoy looking at the credits of this film too, because there's some really good reading to do out there, people. I introduce to you now, created by Great Small Works, The Day You Were Born.
It had been a year of ghastly sirens and isolation. Each one of us was on the verge of losing it. We were 6 strangers crossing the Atlantic, longing for an experience to inoculate us against the chaos going on all around. It was true. We had fought and won the possibility of something very different to happen. But the victory set off an overture of terrifying battle screams. We needed to regain trust in ourselves and each other, so we went to sea. Steady as she goes, they say, a ship comes alive in the vastness of the ocean. The captain knew a million card games. He taught them to us graciously, but also kind of intensely, like he was trying to open a window in our minds. The night of the incident, he taught us a game called The Day I Was Born. The captain said it would tell us what we needed to know.
intensely. We are looking for an exact date, he said, when we were all in this mortal coil, when every single one of us aboard the ship was alive and walking on Earth. I wondered if he was inventing the game on the spot. How do you know what you're going to remember? Some moments lay down scars, others disappear, but you don't find out until later. The boat journey didn't seem like it would end, and in some ways it hasn't. Our interactions, our relationships, our daily schedules were intertwined and intimate. We worked hard, took turns on the night watches, scanned the horizon for what? Other ships? Signs of the ice breaking? The rare Arctic birds we sometimes saw? The night it happened, the weather turned on us, with gales from the northwest blowing waves as tall as the Rockies. It was impossible to see the ice floes until we were just up on them. Looming ahead was a vast white mountain of ice. The whistle woke me up. I immediately knew something was wrong. Down in the boiler room, I could hear how the engine's dull throbbing had changed. The port side received a gash, just below the waterline. We all rushed below deck to save our skins, except for M. We forgot that M was allergic to the mold in the crawl space to the boiler room. He risked his life going through it to reset the MV5R2. The next morning, M wasn't at roll call. No one had checked on him. We found him on the floor of the boiler room with no pulse. M was gone. What made us do it? Was it negligence? Had we forgotten about his condition? No one talked about him. In fact, we all stopped talking, unless it was for something stupid. It was just looks. Hard looks. Murderous. It was rare to pass another ship, but that day we saw a vessel. Actually, we heard it before we saw it.
Just because something exists does not, this is not the way they always have to be. There is a future. 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 There is a fu something exists does not, this is not the way they always have to be. Future.
I was 18.
I was 16.
Oh, actually, I was 15.
14 years old, 9 or 10.
You're sending children to do the job that adults should be doing.
Work. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be a party in the park this morning. That's the sign everybody to go.
Someone showed up with a big poster board sign, and it said, "It's time."
We didn't go to school that day. We went straight to the march.
To think a grown man would sit up and put a fire hose on a child, it was awful. And I didn't like it. I really didn't
it's
like
very
it.
important to reclaim and excavate these ideas from the civil rights movement, but there's very little about, well, what happened after that? You know what I mean?
We are literally living in the past and the future.
And so one of the things that I learned growing up in Birmingham,
You know, the South did go on after this particular era, so it was really, really important for me.
is that resistance can be fun. It can bring us pleasure and joy. Just because something exists does not, this is not the way they always have to be. Future.
And so, dear friends, we bid you good evening. We say, and we learned from tonight's postcards and also from the process of making that film that listening to history, moving in all directions and all its complications and staying present with it may be a key. And I just want to send a big shout out to the amazing organizers in Bessemer, Alabama right now, and to say that that is a huge and long legacy of organizing that I personally commit to studying for the rest of my life. And I send a great happy Passover wish out to all of you and an amazing bow and bouquets of flowers for all our artists. And to say, interestingly enough, our next spaghetti dinner will be on May 8th, 2021, when we will co-host with Fihi Mafihi Productions, another glorious series of visitations from many, many parts of the Muslim world on this beautiful holiday of Ramadan, and sort of again seeing how so many rivers flow into one. So from all of us at the crew of Great Small Works, I'd like to bring out the rest of the performers to take a big old bow. Yay! So hopefully you can see everybody. Big shout out to Dirk and Emma and Leo and Janie and Rhea Papermoon and everybody in Great Small Works and Rosa Marquez and Robert Poulter in the UK and Ron and Kate in the VT and Jen Dog Alone Wolf in the BK. And who am I forgetting? The glorious, oh my God, Shoko Nagai. How could we ever forget Tokala, the greatest. And who am I forgetting? I really should be looking at a list.
Poupak.
Hello. Well, there you all are. Okay, let's see them all. I won't say anybody's name. There they all, the gorgeous people. Oh, of course, beaming. Oh, Poupak, beaming in for me. Ron, oh my gosh, I can't even believe it happened. Chico, Janie, your beautiful face. John Nichols from the great state of California. Paul Zaloom and Lynn Jeffries, always bringing the toppest qualities of the toppest of the top of the top of the tip top. And of course, Lindsay Wagner on the ones and twos, and the divine Andrea, who kept us all grounded and in sync. And I don't know if there's anybody I've forgotten, but you're all glorious, and we love you so much. Trudy Cohen for holding it all together always. And John Bell for keeping it real in the boiler room. And everybody who watched, and maybe I'll stop talking now. Yeah! See ya on May 8th, 2021.